Welcome to the module demonstration of compliance management system from GRC Perfect. In this module, we will primarily look at the primary compliance requirements of various standards. So I have just logged into the product. Then we go to the module called compliance, under which the compliance management aspects are managed. Some of the key things part of any compliance management would be your internal audit or external audit. So we have a module for planning the audit. So for example, here I have created an audit plan. As part of the audit, you can also create your audit schedule, and where you can capture the various projects, who is the auditor, what kind of checklist is used for that particular audit. And this also has a facility like send mail option, in which you can send mail to the auditees or auditors for which projects have not been audited. Once you create your audit plan, it automatically flows into the audit report module, in which you will see the entry pointing the audit reference. For this audits conducted, there is a detailed checklist which is provided, and the audit evidences are captured against this particular checklist. So for example, this particular one, the checklist item is document control. So things to look for would be document control changes, approval for major changes, whether the compliance is there or not, what is the category of observation, correction, corrective action, planned closure date, actual closure date, if there is a preventive action planned. You also can map it to the various standards like ISO 9001 or ISO 27001 or CMM. You also can map it against your internal processes and policies. All that can happen, and you also can attach audit evidence here itself. So it permits you to attach documents, like say for example, we have attached 2 evidences as part of this audit evidence capture or closure activity. And the entire thing can also be exported to Excel for further analysis and control. The organization also has the flexibility to create various kind of checklists, so which is done under the admin module. So if I go to the admin module and click on checklists, there are various kind of checklists which can be used. Here the checklist type would be audit report. So for example, we have just created 2 audit reports, one for IT and one for ISO 9001, but the organization can create as many kind of checklists as it wishes to have and use these checklists for auditing purpose. So this is with respect to audit compliance. Then training compliance is also a very key aspect expected in most standards. Like for example, if you are implementing ISO 27001, your entire organization is supposed to go through an ISMS awareness program. Your IT team is supposed to go through a elongated program on IT security management. All that can happen through the training master. So here in the training master, we can plan our courses, and for each course we can identify participants and collect their feedback. We can understand whether the participant attended the feedback or not. It also allows to capture the pre-training skill level and post-training skill level and training effectiveness data, which is an essential requirement of ISO 9001. So for this training, I also can capture feedback indicating whether the training was good, whether the facility was good or not, all that. So including training attendance, training feedback, everything can be tracked in the product. Then there is a module for record control matrix, which is to capture the various record details that is mandated by the standard, where it is maintained, how it is stored, all those aspects. Then for document control matrix, again, is to identify your master list of documents, where they're stored, what kind of protection is provided. The next one is on supplier management, where there is a need for evaluating suppliers. So for example, if you maintain your supplier database, here there's a button called evaluate. So you can create multiple supplier evaluations. Say for this one, I'm creating it for H1 2010, and I just save this and I just click checklist, and it also populates the checklist parameter indicating whether the supplier ratings are or remarks field is mandatory. So I'll just put it as good. One second. Good. I give excellent rating and I just save this. So it will automatically even calculate the total weightage for a supplier evaluation, indicating this time the supplier got 10 out of 10. And you can also freeze the uh, supplier evaluation process so that it cannot be changed further. So this is also a key requirement of all three ISO standards: ISO 9001, 27001 and 20000. There is also a RCA kappa template which is created to do fishbone analysis. So if you see, you can do fishbone analysis for the product or any problem, and you can also capture various details of the problem, why it happened, what was the result, what is the new date. Everything can be captured for the root cause analysis. There is also an incident tracker which is to capture security incidents, and these incidents can be forwarded to respective people for further action. Finally, there is also a PIID database which is created for CMM assessments, where the product comes with pre-built assessment checklists. So for example, here I'm just checking out a level 3 CMMI PID data, and suppose let me just show the updated page. Here it shows process area, model element ID, goal description, practice description, direct artifacts, indirect artifacts, everything, including your what direct evidences you got, whether the direct evidence mostly met the requirements or not, and strengths, weaknesses, and overall compliance. Everything can be captured in the tool, and this can again be further reported to be provided to the assessment agency. So these are the main features with respect to compliance data capture for ISO or CMM requirements.